Bunnies Brigade, I'm Leanna and I'm quite excited to bring you this video because it's a little project I've been wanting to have a go at for quite some time now. Grow grass indoors for my rabbits to graze on. Rabbits graze on grass all the time in the wild, and that's why 80% of a rabbit's diet should be hay. Hay, of course, being dried grass. Now, if you have house rabbits who don't have access to a garden in order for them to graze on fresh grass, perhaps you live in an apartment like I do, growing grass indoors is a great natural way to give them the nutrients they would get in the wild. And I myself have a pretty much paleo diet. I'm all about eating clean, eating natural, and I want that for my rabbits as well. So I decided to get some cat grass seed. Here it is. I bought it off of Amazon, and it's a blend, this one. It's a blend of wheatgrass, barley grass, ryegrass, and oatgrass. And I wanted to get a blend because it's important to give your rabbit a variety of whatever they eat. But I will link this one in the description below. It's supposed to have a super high germination rate, and on the back there's some very, very basic instructions as well. So hopefully this is a good one. Now, I did consider growing Timothy grass, it being the best grass for them to consume a lot of. Timothy hay being the go-to hay because of its high fiber, low protein content. But after doing a lot of research, I was finding that there was a lot more information on growing cat grass or wheatgrass in a pot indoors rather than any other grass. And I'm sure it's a similar process, but I've never done this before, and this type of grass sounds like it's going to be super quick, super easy, so I figured I'd just start here and then we'll see how it goes, and then maybe I will experiment with growing Timothy grass later on. So to start off with, we're going to measure out some of our grass seed. This is about a 1/4 cup. I completely eyeballed this, but I figured it would be the right amount of seed for the container I'm planning to grow this in. And then we've got to soak it first. So I have a mason jar here, and I'm literally just going to pour the seed in, and then we're just going to put that to the side, leave it to soak for 4 to 10 hours. Once they're done soaking, then you're going to strain your seeds. I just drain them in a colander over the sink. So here we are, they're done soaking. I have drained them now, and now we're going to plant them. So this is the container I'm going to be using. I actually got this from Home Goods. For those who don't know, I live in the US. Home Goods is a store here. It's actually just a baking dish, but really you can use any container you like. This one doesn't have drainage holes, obviously, but that's going to be fine so long as we do make sure not to overwater. I'm going to be using a spray bottle to water them, so it should be all good. Now, I'm going to get potting soil. This is just like an indoor potting mix, but really it can be any potting soil. And I'm going to pour it in. That should be good. And that's about 1 inch. And this soil is quite dry, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to like moisten it up. And just like compact it down, compress it down. And then we're going to pour seed over the top. And then just like spread it out, make it nice and even. And oh my gosh, I'm such a perfectionist that I'm gonna like spend way too much time spreading this out. And then you're gonna get some paper towel, and you're going to just put it over the top of the seed. Gently press it down a bit. You're going to take your spray bottle, and then you're going to give it a really good spritz. Make that paper towel nice and damp. Once that's all wet, you're going to leave it in a dark place. And you're going to check on it a couple of times a day. Make sure that paper towel stays damp. When it starts to dry, just give it another spritz. and just make sure everything stays moist. After the first day, you're gonna start to see roots. Then you'll start to see shoots as the grass starts to sprout. And then eventually you'll start to see the paper towel rise up as the shoots push it up. When you get to about day 4, you're gonna see it look something like this. It's probably gonna be a bit more yellow because this is day 5, so it's been photosynthesizing a bit. But there's going to be nice clear shoots. You can remove the paper towel, let it get some light, put it on a windowsill or something like that. Keep spraying, keep making sure that it's got plenty of water. And then we're going to watch it grow. And would you like some treats, buddy? Let's see. There you go. I wanted to plant one slightly before the other because I'm going to be rotating them around. So we're going to just leave these. I'm going to leave this one to go for a bit, leave this to do its sprouting, and then I'll come back in a bit and show you the results after a few more days. It's 10 days now since I planted this guy. This is the one you watched me plant, and just like I said, that paper towel is starting to rise, so we're going to take that away. And you can see those shoots are coming through. That just needs to get some sunlight now and just allow it to grow a bit. It is bone dry, so I'm going to give it a bit more of a water. And what I will say is you don't want to leave it longer than 4. This is actually 5 days. I kind of pushed it, and you can see there has been a bit of mold developing. So make sure you don't leave that paper towel on for too long, or you will start to get mold. Now look at how much this guy has grown. Once he gets to about 5 inches or more, then it's good to give to your rabbits. Now, Pepper and Wally have never tried this type of grass before, so it's really important that I introduce it very slowly, as you should with any new foods you give your rabbit. I can trim it off here and just give them a little bit to try, or I can give them literally the whole thing, just make sure I'm watching them the whole time. Once they've had a little nibble, take it away the next day, let them have a little bit more of a nibble, take it away, and so on and so forth until they've got used to it. Now this is good for you to trim or for them to munch all the way down and then regrow 3 times before you have to throw it out, and then you'll have to replant it all over again. I wouldn't recommend substituting out your hay for this. You should still be giving them access to plenty of hay. It's the best thing for keeping their molars ground down, for keeping that GI functioning nice and healthily. Yes, they eat a lot of grass in the wild, but don't forget they're also picking up dried foliage, dead leaves, twigs, and things like that. I'm just so happy with the way this turned out. Yes, it is just as quick and easy as people say it is. So I really recommend giving it a go. Let me know in the comments below if you are gonna try it out, or if you already do grow grass for your rabbits. I would love to know that. I would also love to know what kind of container you're thinking of using. Maybe you could use like a big tray or an old litter box and make a whole bed of grass. I've always thought that was a really cool idea that maybe I'll try in the future. So give us a thumbs up if you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.